Hi Leo, welcome to your mid-April reading. As always, keep in mind that this is only a general reading. Always check what it feels right and with what does resonate within your own life experiences during this time. If you would like to have a personal reading with me, please contact me through the email I put in the description box below. For the month of April, as usual, I have a special sales offer available, and for this month, celebrating the new astrological year and the spring season. The reading is called What's New Behind the Corner. So obviously it's focused in the theme of changes, news, what kind of new opportunities are coming your way. So if you would like to know more details about that special offer or any other of my services, just email me. Or if you would like to donate and support my channel, you can also do that by following the PayPal link, which is also down below. So, Leos, it does feel like some of you are making something a priority during this period of time that's very important for you to get it right. So you want to get something right, you want something to move in the right way. It feels like some of you don't feel like you have space for error, or it's too risky to make any mistakes. Depending on whichever the situation is, it's this anxiety and this pressure to not make mistakes. Some of you are under a lot of financial pressure and strain, not because there's a lack. I feel like for some of you, it's not necessarily because of a lack of resources, because a lack of finances, but because you might be moving here some sums of money that are very big, or that just are, it's very important that where you apply it, where you apply your resources, where you apply your money, that is going to that whatever that investment is going to pull it off, is going to turn out to be something successful, something that is going to be what you aim to. And it feels like, as a main opportunity, the Eight of Pentacles, it's this very disciplined, concentrated energy over whatever you're trying to create and build, materially speaking, professionally speaking. Many times this is a representation of someone that is trying to make a living on their own, so is trying to kind of build their own business, sell their own ideas, be more financially independent, or just create opportunities for their own self. Also, sometimes it indicates this desire to perfect the set of skills that we already have, or to study subjects of interest that are going to add to our material benefit. And I feel like for some of you, you fear poverty, you fear scarcity, you fear lack. There's this type of irrational fear that might not be based in any type of experience you might have. So for some of you, Leos, it's like maybe you have never experienced this type of poverty situation, but the thought of it makes you quite distraught and anxious. So it's like there might be some anticipation, some fears about the future if things don't turn out to be as you hope them to, what you're going to do. So it's like you're fearing the future when it comes to your material security. And so you want to make sure that you dig deep for answers in terms of what you can do to ensure that that's not going to happen. And it's good because you have the opportunity, the Eight of Pentacles, and the advice, the Five of Pentacles. So your advice is really to be careful with, again, that lack mentality, is to check in with what makes you feel insecure right now in your own material world. Are you happy with your finances? Do you have a healthy relationship with money? How do you look at money? What money, what type of feelings money generate for you? There's also this thing about some of you needing to cope here with the situation. That is the main issue here, a problem for you, not feeling as free or as empowered, materially speaking, as you would like. For some of you, there's this feeling of not being, recognized, or having the best experiences as of lately in your professional setting. So some of you might be facing, work situations, employment situations that might not be the best ones, or where you don't feel valued, you don't feel seen, you don't feel appreciated, you don't feel like you have like this type of rising opportunity to rise, to be promoted, to earn more, for those of you Leos that are feeling like a professional setting is just unwanted, I feel like the next weeks will reveal to you something important when it comes to things that you could do, things that you could solely do to improve your situation in that regard. Maybe you will be wanting to again take a online course, take some sort of training. You will be exploring other opportunities, other jobs, other situations that are not necessarily going to be situated in the same fields you have been working on. So for some of you, you might even change the area of work, the type of work, how you understand as well work. All of that is changing. So there's a lot of material opportunity and concern at the same time when it comes to this area of life. For some of you, you want to be taught something. So for some of you, you want to follow here some sort of guidance, some sort of advice when it comes to the best approaches you should have for your life. Some of you really want this energy of improvement in your life. You're very conscious about about the fact that you just want improvement, nothing else. But when you bump into limitations, being them materially or emotionally speaking, this can be enough to make you again so doubtful of that future, improvement, that you can really put this type of restriction where you should be continue to grow and excel. So it's like, for example, maybe you're creating this amazing project, you have this amazing idea, but something happened, like maybe you receive a bad comment or a critical opinion that triggers you, right, that upsets you, and that's enough to make you stop. Be mindful of those type of attitudes, because it's always going to be a part of the game to receive criticism, or people that don't get it, or people that are trying to tell you otherwise, particularly for Leos that have been again living a type of life, and then suddenly you're ready to take risks, you're ready to do something else that might be very different, and this can bring concerns to your loved ones, and maybe they don't get why you need to make the changes you want to make. But it's important that you understand. That should be enough for you to understand why you need to make those changes. For some of you, it is because you are not earning enough. As simple as that. You're not earning enough, and you're killing yourself working daily, with a lot of, duties and burdens on you, and you don't even earning enough. For others of you, it's the fact that you don't like the environment. For others of you, it's the fact that you don't feel appreciated. For others of you, it could have been that so far you really didn't get, what you wanted to do. Maybe you were trying to experiment here, something that didn't work out well, and now it's like turn the page into the next thing. So it could be that maybe you were learning something, right? You were in this in school, in college, learning a specific thing, and now you want to change the course, or you want to change what you're going to become in the future as a professional, or again in terms of work, in terms of also relationships. There's something here about something not providing enough for you, and the things that are not providing enough for you, there are concerns about it during this mid-April, that the universe wants you to study the situation. So if they're not giving you enough, there really needs to be this type of check-in to realize or understand and acknowledge perhaps like why you're putting up with it. If a person is not giving you enough, is not emotionally available, is not emotionally present, or is not capable of giving the same way you do, or you would like them to, why you're there. right? Why you're there. If there's this constant, uh, friction and problematic situations arising, in your family setting, in your relationship setting, in your professional setting, whatever it is for you, that they keep, making you doubt your worth, making you doubt the path ahead, why you're putting up with it. There's a lot of questions with the things you tolerate, Leo. And for some of you, it's like it's not a very easy thing um, to do, to cut off here situations. But this might also be a time where those things are distractions, they keep you from focusing on the priority, the big thing that you need to look forward to, and you need to invest in energy wise, resource wise. So if you are in an emotional drainage because of a relationship that's just toxic, or just you can't comprehend what to do to change it for the better, if you can't fully leave it, at least put it on pause. Focus on you, focus on the things you have at hands, because you have plenty. And I also feel like a lot depends on you, like uh, the more you focus on yourself, and the more you improve things in your life, including self improvement, the more you get that stability and that leveling up of quality of relationships and quality of other things will occur. But if you yourself are not feeling that way, again, if you're not feeling strong, if you're not feeling empowered, if you're not feeling worthy, if you don't feel deserving of the amazing, like, abundance magnet that you're capable, this amazing abundant magnet that you have on yourself, and if you're not trusting that you're able to magnetize to you, that won't work, because it has to start with you. You have to put the engine working, and the engine here being that abundance generator. And abundance is not only, again, also just speaking about money, it's speaking about having plenty of quality of life, good nourishing relationships, healthy, stable environment and conditions. So whatever abundance means to you, think about what you're putting, where you're putting what and where you're putting your energy into during this time. Is it working? Do you see growth? Do you see evolution? Do you see improvement? If you keep putting and you don't see any positive changes, it's time to put elsewhere, and put that to the side. Even if temporarily, just put it to the side and focus on things that you see growth and improvement. So I hope you have a great mid-month. Thank you so much for all of you that have been liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and donating to my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hopefully we'll see each other soon.